Backlash last night, or yesterday, was in France, or au français, depending, since I have a French final tomorrow. But as far as Backlash as a whole, was good. 5 matches in total, and pretty solid all around. From beginning, which was a street fight, turned out to be between Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Tonga, Sikoa, and the now newest member of the Bloodline, TANGA LOA, the brother of Tonga. Yes, the Guerrillas of Destiny, formerly of New Japan Pro Wrestling, are now a part of WWE and are now a part of the Bloodline, in which this conflicting storyline about, so on the RKO show between Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Paul Heyman, Randy Orton asked blatantly Paul Heyman, point blank, who is the tribal chief, the real tribal chief? And Paul hesitated because clearly Paul misses Roman, and he's on obviously a hiatus after losing to Cody at WrestleMania and dropping his over 3-year reign as champion. So that's the inklings into the storyline. Solo, who has been pretty much on the upswing in Roman's absence, he's been the one orchestrating things and kind of being the new or interim tribal chief the last number of weeks. You know, bringing in Tonga, attacking Jimmy Uso. We haven't seen Jimmy since. And now TANGA LOA is a part of WWE. It makes for an interesting storyline going ahead, because we saw Jay have a little segment with his younger brother, or his youngest brother, and the new Bloodline. And we saw him have a little moment with Paul Heyman, seeming like we're in a bit of wars of the Bloodline, because we haven't seen Jimmy in a while. Roman is going to come back when he sees fit. And when he realizes what Solo's done in his absence, Jay helps out Paul, helps out his brother. Roman comes back in this realignment of the Bloodline. And so we get Roman, Jay, and Jimmy versus Solo, Tonga, and TANGA LOA. When it comes down to it, it's an interesting storyline, certainly to say. But yeah, from that, solid match show to Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, which you knew was going to be a hell of a main event, certainly delivered. And yeah, Backlash was good. The crowd, though, was certainly the key ingredient to this card, which was good. Nothing really special, I would say, besides the main event. But it was a solid show, and the crowd just really made it much better. And that's the thing with a good crowd. You know, it can make a mediocre show, or a vested crowd can certainly make a mediocre show into a good show, or make, say, a 3 to 4 star match per se going in and make it close to a 5 star, if not a 5 star match. And yet the drill. A crowd just overall helps all the parties involved, and it just makes everything better about the show, about the card, about the matches, etc. That's what you can appreciate about France. Place I certainly want to go back to. Yeah. So, merci France, merci Francais, merci. But, so, thank you for joining me in the hands of this podcast now. And with that little intro and monologue out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the action and the matches now, shall we? So, I mean, yeah, Tonga Loa, you know, Grills of Destiny, you know, for the longest time, WWE not acknowledging another wrestling promotion kind of felt like not a good thing, or like forbidden. Now it's like in the Triple H era where there's more lenience in the fact that they're talking about New Japan, they're talking about the history, they're talking about in the main event with Cody and AJ, they were talking about 2 former Bullet Club leaders per se. Cody, I'm not sure if he was a definite leader at the time, but still, you know, times changing in the E, certainly to say. But yeah, you can certainly feel the differences, I'd say. So, let's talk about Backlash, shall we? So, again, 5 matches. Show started off between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, who I'd say, I don't know if they are as entertaining and as silly as RK Bro, you know, between Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, but Randy Orton and KO certainly work as a tag team. I will say that. So, Match started off as a normal match. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton versus Tonga and Solo. But they brawled outside the match, and quickly this is where Nick Aldis certainly won the crowd and the hearts of the French faithful and Leon, or Lion. He came out and made a street fight. So the match basically restarted, so the same, and yeah, they started brawling, and it really picked up notch. Now the other thing is, so there's been rumors, reports, and that's the thing which kind of made the Tanga Loa debut more surprising, was that there were reports that Jacob Fatu, the, I believe, Umaga's son, from who wrestled, I believe, in MLW. He, who's a very good athlete of his own, there were reports that he was going to show up this week sometime, or at least rumors. And so the wonder was, with it being a street fight now, Fatu costing KO and Orton this match here, helping the Bloodline secure another victory. That was not the case, as ultimately it was Tanga Loa. But yeah, match was fun, certainly a fun opener. You know, it's like kendo sticks, tables up, KO, land a frog splash on to Tonga through a table. So have Samoan drop to Orton through a table in the ring. If there's one thing that's worth getting used to again, is the Prime video logo in the middle of the ring. That's just one thing, but nonetheless, so this might have been Solo's best performance, if not one of his best performances, since being on the Romanian roster, which is good sight, him improving. But yeah, all these guys pretty much took a beating. Solo and Randy were on the outside, and they were on the table, and it looked kind of self-explanatory, because it looked like Solo was about to give him a Samoan spike on top of the announce table, which wouldn't have been that big of a aspect, you know, on the table. But instead, Randy would counter and deliver an RKO to Solo on the top of the table. But the big thing, so there was a stack of chairs lined up near the corner of the ring. So Kevin Owens and Tonga, they were exchanging on the top rope. And you have these wedge or bunch of chairs set up near the corner of the ring, so obviously something big is going to happen. But instead, Kevin Owens had other ideas and basically did a brainbuster like 2 or a late capture brainbuster, almost like a fisherman, pretty much, to Tonga off the top rope onto these big stack of chairs. So you think that is it, but no. 1, 2, and all of a sudden we see TANGA LOA. Now, at first glance, because WWE portrays it well with the R-Cam. So, TANGA LOA, according to the bird's view eye, he ripped the referee out of the ring, stopping the count, and basically went ballistic with some steel steps, hitting both Randy and Owens, which gave Solo enough time, got back in the ring. He has Samoan Spike on to KO, 1, 2, 3, and Solo and Tonga, thanks to Tonga's brother, they gather the victory over Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at Backlash. So, and TANGA LOA did the finger gesture in the air alongside his brother and Solo. So you can already make the assessment now that he's a part of the bloodline. Now, the reason I say you talk good about or enjoy WWE's, production is because we're in this day and age of the world where you can't hide something, basically. So, apparently someone had a feeling with that side of the ring, and they were filming, and it looked like TANGA LOA missed his cue a bit, because you think, Tonga appears from underneath the ring, 1, 2, he rips the guy out. So, it was like 1, and then 2, and then Tonga came out, and it looked like the ref he calls the ref. It looked like the ref, pretty much stopped on his own dime by his own accord, and kind of pushed himself a little to the side of the ring, and then Tonga Loa just ripped him out best he could. Yeah. Kudos to the production, but yeah, that was... He made it up with the rest of the stuff, but yeah. That's certainly what people hang on to. Now, it's been a while. Obviously, I've seen more Tonga than I've seen Tanga Loa. Obviously, thing people remember about Tanga Loa recently is when he faced off against Okada in one of Okada's last matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he had a not so good exchange when it came to his striking per se. But nonetheless, I am invested, seeing how the Guerrillas of Destiny do with alongside Solo and Paul Heyman in this new form of the Bloodline. It's unique and interesting. Women's title match, and first of two women's matches on the show, which, I'll be honest, I think we can agree that we were a bit surprised that this was the first women's match on the show, but nonetheless, you nitpick. So, Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton versus Bayley for the Women's Championship. Good match. It was obviously going to go one of two ways. Either Bayley is going to retain, or possibly they go with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's there. Tiffany's over. She got the look. She got the wrestling ability. Just not yet, apparently, but she will get her time. Naomi definitely has been feeling... So, Naomi was on that team with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And they bumped them in women's matches, but so Naomi kind of feels like she's been kind of the gatekeeper again, filler, ever since she's been back in WWE per se, which has been weird. Any event, so match was solid. So there's one spot where I can tell, and I think everyone can say, that Zoe Stark was probably pissed to see. Nonetheless, so match good. As Tiffany, she hit a Alabama slam in the ring for near fall. There was a good little spot outside the mat, outside the ring, where Tiffany hit a Alabama slam on Naomi onto one of the tables, and then back in the ring. So it looked like Tiffany was going for the prettiest moonsault ever on both Naomi and Bayley, but they kind of got out of the way and instead hit their own version of the 3D on Tiffany, and that was for separation, and that was unique spot. So then Bayley and Tiffany were exchanging. Bailey hit a Bailey to belly on Tiffany. Tiffany kicked out. Bailey then retained here. So Bailey and Naomi were exchanging pair of roll-up pins here, and Bailey ultimately got the advantage, got the high sack, and Bailey got the win over Naomi. So good here as so Bailey pins Naomi, so keeps Tiffany looking strong. I assume a match is brewing down the line. I mean, Tiffany, like I said, she's great, and her time will come. Just not yet, I suppose. Although, Ryan certainly loved Tiffany time, or Tiffany, so. But either way, good match from all three of the women. Jey Uso took on Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, first of all, we mentioned the crowd, and this is kind of the first big experience as so Jey Uso had a heck of an entrance. We know with Jey Uso, it's kind of how it is during his entrance. And so he appeared in the crowd, and it looked like in honor of Bray Wyatt, in a sense, or Uncle Howdy, who there were rumors he would debut on this card as well. He had a heck of an entrance because he saw people bobbing back and forth, and, you know, their flashlights or whatever were out, and it just made for one hell of an entrance. Jey Uso was certainly over with this French crowd. And then Damian Priest, who I have to say, after seeing him in NXT, I didn't see much of him in Ring of Honor, but after seeing him in NXT, and he didn't really get a moment in NXT. He did become the North American champion in the pandemic, unfortunately, and then when there was like barely any fans in Full Sail or at the Performance Center. But seeing him now, after seeing him be a part of Judgment Day, win Money in the Bank, cash in at WrestleMania, become the World Heavyweight Champion to start night 2, and then now his first defense against a game Jey Uso. Look, I like Jey. He falls a bit into that Sami Zayn category, in the sense of so Sami Zayn, talked about him many times about this, saying that feels like he's been stuck in mid-card purgatory, and when people first saw him get a world title match versus Roman last year in Canada, that was a unique moment. And this year, I'm sure people were happy that Sami beat Gunther's streak at WrestleMania. But, could have been for someone else. And, Sami Zayn, we've seen him be IC champion before. So it's like, instead of perhaps seeing world champion, Jey Uso, along with his brother, have been great in the tag team division. But the thing is, we haven't seen Jey even win a singles title, even a IC title. I think Jey would have been more fitted to win the IC title than Gunther or Chad Gable, perhaps. But either here or there. So we get the match here, and it was solid. The crowd definitely made it. Crowd loved Jey Uso. The other thing is Damian Priest. We've seen some teases, but not actually big things when it comes to a split or one regards face her or all that. And it's weird because we saw specifically during this match where teases of Damian Priest going babyface role almost as champion. And not sure how I feel because Rhea's injured, Dominic's injured, so it's just mainly, he's got a storyline with Liv Morgan, which, luckily Dominic, for crying out loud. But you get the point how it's mainly just Priest, JD, Madonna, and Balor now. So I don't know. So, but the match is good. So let's one sec. Let me look at my notes. So Jay got the offense flurry early. He hit Suicida, and then Judgment Day came down to help out Priest, but Priest said he didn't want any help. So Jay had the early advantage and hit a Uso splash fairly early in the match and got a near fall out of it. So Priest fired back, landed some shots. He had a razor's edge for a near fall. Lariat come out of the corner, hit the South of Heaven choke slam for a near fall. And Priest was stunned. He thought he had won. I think many thought he had won. But Jay would continue to fight. He hit some super kicks, followed a spear and then another Uso splash. But thanks to JD, Priest got his foot on the bottom rope. And referee stopped it at 2. So then finally, they were exchanging on the top rope, and Priest managed to win here, and One with big shout chokeslam, avalanche chokeslam from the top rope on to Jade. 1, 2, 3 was arm draped over for the win. Priest retains, which kind of stunned the French crowd because they were into Jay. But hats off to Priest and got it done. Afterwards, Balor and JD attacked Jey Uso, and Priest was not having it. He literally got in Balor's face, grabbed Balor by the chin, and Balor was stunned, shocked, and yeah, JD was trying to play peacekeeper, cooler heads prevail, and yeah, unique circumstances as teasing a Damian Priest babyface run. So next up, women's tag team title match. So we got the Kabuki Warriors excuse me. So we got Kairi Sane and Asuka defending the women's tag team titles, which again still don't think they're needed, but anyway, we had the tag team match here with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Now, I mentioned, I think many will agree, well, why was this the second women's match on the show and the second last to the main event? Probably because of Jade. You know, see, you know, Port and the feeling from everyone in the community is pretty much mixed or hand in hand about Jade Cargill. Look, at the end of the day, we know presentation there, the look is there, the substance has always been the criticism about her work ethic, and particularly some of these matches, when some of these matches are just squash matches and she doesn't really have to do much. Here, though, I will say she had a good flurry of offense, and pairing her with Bianca is a unique thing. But, yeah, here. So, basically pick up towards the end of the match. So, after big double team by Bianca and Jade, Bianca was getting beaten down and then turned to Jade Cargill. She had a springboard crossbody, followed some moves back and forth, followed a body slam, landing one on top of the other, and then similar to a spot she had again in a match few months ago against Sky Blue. So I think it was Kairi Sane. So Kairi went for her Karana, but she was caught from an electric chair position to Jade, and then We got new women's tag team champions between Jade and Bianca Belair. Again, or if you say some about Jade, pretty much someone's gonna take out of context or be annoyed by. So yeah, I will say that she did well, very well in her offense in this match here. So go on that. Now, where they move forward with titles, don't know. This could be a launching point for an eventual tease or breakup, and then start the feud between those two. So, yeah, can certainly Jade turning on Bianca, it'd certainly be the money move, I think. So, yeah, we'll see. King of the Ring has been announced for this year, and I gotta say, the first round, certainly for Monday's Raw, looks to be a very fun first round, I gotta say. So we got Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. We got Gunther, who is the first to announce for the tournament, should win it, versus Sheamus. We're getting Ilya Dragunov coming to NXT, or coming from NXT to Raw from the draft, and already is going to be in the King of the Ring tournament versus Ricochet. That's going to be a unique presence, and yeah, it's going to be fun. Wait, I want to double check, because yeah, I certainly missed one match. I'm looking for it. So let's see. Where is it? This why it's good having it recorded, because then you can see any issues. But yeah, I have 3 of the matches down. So yeah, Gunther versus Sheamus, Dragunov versus Ricochet. Oh yeah, Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio. Bit of a come down match to what the 3 I talked about, but you get just, and also get start of the women's first round as well. I believe, yeah, it's gonna be fun. King of Ring, starting on Monday. Main events for the Undisputed. There's so many words. It should just be called the WWE Championship again. Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles. Cody Rhodes' first defense since completing his story at WrestleMania against Roman. First defense against a game, AJ Styles in France, and boy were they over for this match. I mean, to the point where the camera was shaking during Samantha Irvin's instructions or introduction for AJ Styles. That was big, but match is good. Not sure what to say, and certainly delivered. You know, AJ, Cody, you knew it was going to be. So, pick up to when they were on the outside or near the outside. So, AJ, he hit like a brainbuster to Cody on the ring apron. And looked like he might or was looking to go for a splash or a big kick off the apron, but Cody caught him and delivered a powerbomb to the French announce table, which I'm sure Michael Cole wanted to cuss very badly. Or he was at least thinking about it. But it is PJ, yes, he's at work, but you can feel you guys, feel what was on his mind. So, this was certainly the spot which had people rumbling as well online, which honestly you wish people could just relax and take it for what it is, the match, and yeah. But AJ hit a burning hammer on Cody Rhodes, and Cody kicked out at one. Hulked up, the crowd certainly ate it for what it was, and you know, people online, so. Any events, look, do we see it a few times on AEW? Yeah. But I mean, when WWE does something that they see on AEW or vice versa, you know, social media or online is going to eat up. Either way, so was a good moment, I will say. So, Cody then followed up a Cody cutter, but for a near fall, AJ kicked out and then hit a pay-like kick, which firmly caused for separation. He went for a phenomenal forearm, but caught with a thrust kick out of midair. Both guys were kind of exhausted. Cody went for Styles went for a Styles Clash, but Cody countered. Almost caught AJ with a roll-up pin, but it was not to be. Cody would then finally hit a big... It almost looked like Cody hit a moonsault in a way, but he hit a big Cody cutter again on AJ, followed with a Styles Crossroads on AJ. 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes retains. And he's still champion, as he should be. Again, Would the AJ fan in me have loved to see AJ win the title again? Yeah, but now's not the time. It's certainly Cody's time. He's certainly going to have a decent amount of reign after finishing the story at WrestleMania. So, we'll see where it goes from here. Because, yeah, they obviously we discussed with The Rock about a potential match. Certainly, it's going to be for a bit. And I can imagine that match possibly being at SummerSlam. So, we'll see. In the event, Backlash as a whole, I thought was good. Certainly, the crowd definitely lived up and certainly made it better. But yeah, it was fun reviewing another WWE pay-per-view. In a way, I kind of prefer it on pay-per-views happening on Saturdays. Because then, yeah, on Sundays, I can certainly get out before Raw. I mean, yeah, Sunday pay-per-views, I tend to get out, unfortunately, because of uploading stuff, I tend to get them out during Raw time, how they're uploaded. I mean, I tried before, but crappy Wi-Fi and stuff, but in any event, it's how it goes. But for that, I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys all. If you did, like, subscribe, or leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. Big thing in the corner. Help out video. Thank you guys all. Be safe. Be back Thursday or Friday for AEW Dynamite review. But thank you guys all for this Backlash review. Thank you guys. See you guys next time. Peace. My stupid thing's cut. Okay. My mouse. Okay, there you go.